on November 12th of 2020, I opened up my shop called Cool Art Stuff, and since then I've been busy running my little small business and it's just been so exciting, and I've learned so much just from opening this shop, like in the last couple months, filling orders, how to keep inventory, social media, how to market yourself. Like there's so much you have to do by yourself, including studio vlogs, and I'm just super stoked to share a little more about it with you. But this is like the 4th time I've tried to do this. Every time I try to film or edit or try to just get this out there to you guys, this happened. And then this happened. Was I not filming? Oh my god. This happened. I'm not gonna risk it. And then that happened. And yeah, so hi, now we're here. And yeah, was crossing fingers this is the one. So my name is Caitlin, Caitlin Jewell, and welcome to my first studio vlog. I don't know if you can call it that. It's kind of more of a desk vlog. I don't really have an entire office to myself. I have a corner. But for now, we're gonna call it studio vlog. So roll the little intro. Okay, hi. Yeah, so welcome. I've talked about this many times now, but I guess you've never got to hear any of it. So let me introduce you to my shop. It's called Cool Art Stuff, and that's just my name, Caitlin Jewell, smooshed together to make cool, ironically. I just wanted a name that would basically sum up everything that I wanted to share with the world. I didn't want to be pigeonholed into one category of art, like just pottery, just canvas, like whatever. So Cool Art Stuff. It's all of my art stuff, and it's anything that I find cool. So I'm just gonna catch you up to date what I've been doing in my shop. And but first, let me introduce you to a little bit about my shop. Was that English? Not doing this again. So in my shop, I sell what I call Lil Doodz, and this is a little dude right here. It's a recycled glass jar given a smile to pass on to you. And yeah, he's just covered in paint splatters, comes in many different colors, and I'm just having fun experimenting with this design. They all come with like the signature little face, some have brows, and they all, pretty much all, have these little fuzzy paws and cheeks. And that's a little dude, and he's basically, or she, is the mascot of my shop, Cool Art Stuff. And I could basically stop right here, but let me give you a little history of why I opened my shop. You see, back in 2019, in January, right after Christmas, I decided I was gonna open my art store. I've been wanting to do it my whole life. I just didn't think it was an option for me. I didn't think it was practical. I didn't think I was special enough to be able to pursue it. I just didn't think that was in the cards for my life. I don't know who I let decide that or why I let myself decide that. When you get older, you find out that that's just all bull crap, and you're in absolute control of your life. You can do whatever you want, just go for it. And that's the energy that I had, and I was just really excited. And then a couple weeks later, I got injured. It just started with like, you know, tendonitis of the wrist, and then it grew to chronic pain through, you know, it's like apparently maybe a neck thing, and I just got an MRI. It's a whole thing. It's been going on for a while. I'm always in pain. It's it really sucks. And I just found it funny because I finally found the courage to just go for my dreams, and then that happened. And I pitied myself for a very long time. I felt down. I was off work for like 7 months, about. And then I kind of picked myself up later in the summer and got my blog going. And then I got a YouTube channel going, and I thought that I could get into that rhythm, and maybe if I force myself to film myself, it would put that little fire under my butt to just get stuff done and maybe come up with an art collection that I could sell. But honestly, it just, like I said, I was always in pain. Like, it just sucked. It sucked. And then in January, I went for a pottery class because I was being stubborn, and my boyfriend and I go together, and I really wanted to go. I didn't think I could do anything, and usually when I went to them, I didn't do anything because I couldn't. But then I attempted it, and I mean, I got right off the wheel like a couple minutes later, but I was able to create a couple things. Let me show you. So this was the prototype for the first little dude. His name is Gus the Tornado. Yes. But look how thick he is. Like, I'm surprised he didn't crack or explode. I mean, his cheeks did pop off in the kiln, but they're supposed to be pink. But I'm actually really excited at how he turned out. I'm really stoked. Like, look at that shape. That was not on purpose, obviously. Like, I literally went on the wheel, you know, coned up once and then just like made a shape and then called it a day. I did not follow the instructions at all, and I did the same thing with him. This is Ash the volcano. He could probably be a candle holder, but look at that circumference. I was stoked on that, and I'm trying to learn like leave well enough alone, and so he's like was my first test of like limiting my perfectionism. You know, good enough, move on. And I actually really love them. I don't like how the glaze turned out. It was my first time dip glazing. Anyways, so those were the prototypes, and I was stoked. Like, I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to create a bunch of happy little dudes and share them with everybody. I got excited about it, and then that energy came back, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna open my shop. I'm just gonna do it. And then what? Couple weeks later, on the dot, I re-injured myself, or I did something I really shouldn't have done, which was like no different than every other day. I reawakened the pain in me, and then like a month later, I lost my job due to it, and then the world fell apart due to the beer bug, and then I was just with everybody else trying to figure out what you're gonna do with the rest of your life. Yeah, it was a mess. Like, it was just a mess. I was in so much pain. I didn't want to go find a new job because I couldn't find one that paid as much as I had before. I painted houses before, and that's why I injured myself. And also because of the beer bug. Like, I wasn't gonna go out there. Like, I can't. Anyways, moving on from all of that. So I get injured, dreams are crushed. I get re-inspired, and then dreams are crushed. But then like, I think it was April or something, around that time, I just decided I can't be sitting around and wasting my life like this. Like, if this is my life, and if my chronic pain is in my head, and for anybody who deals with it, I'm sure you've had this inside joke bounce around to you that it's in your head. But if it is in my head, then I will be fine doing anything. It's just gonna hurt. That's all. And I'm whatever. If I'm gonna hurt, I'm gonna do it with something that I love, because I'm gonna be in pain with any job I get. So anyway, I wanted to make the Lil Doodz happen. I was being a stubborn goat, and I was trying to think like, okay, well, what could I use? If obviously I can't be on the wheel, I need to form the body somehow. Like, how do I do that without torturing myself or spending a lot of money or whatever? And I thought like, oh, wood, and then I tossed around a couple of ideas, and then I came up with the glass jars, like, because we always have them at our house, because you can't put them in the blue bin and the truck comes along and picks them up. Like, you have to take them to the recycling depot here in BC, at least. I don't know what it's like for the rest of Canada or the world, but it's a pain in the butt. But they're just like sitting there, and I could use them, and it'd be for free, and I'd be doing like some environmental justice or something. Like I'd be doing my part in a way, recycling. And I felt good about that. And I could also help my friends and family with their glass jars. So they didn't have to make the trip. They didn't have to like put their carbon footprint and take their time to sort and have it end up in the landfill anyway. It's ridiculous. So as soon as I had that idea, I started texting everybody. I'm just like, you know, if you have any glass jars, I'll take them off your hands. I didn't tell anybody what I was doing. I kept it hush because I know me. If I say anything, if I just say, oh, I'm gonna do this, or say anything specific, it's not gonna happen. Like, I don't know. It's just, I jinx myself. I lose interest. I have no idea. So I just kept it shut. And then it was just like that. I have a secret to tell you and I want to tell you, but I kept it to myself for months. And my family were the only ones who knew anything. And that was only after I had all the Little Doodz assembled. That was like into the summer. And none of my friends knew anything until I opened my shop. So I kept a secret. I can keep a secret. So I got the body for my Little Doodz, and then I started researching like what could I use for little parts? How can I make my Little Doodz like 3D? How can I do what I wanted to do with clay, but not with clay? And then I found out, oh, polymer clay, like never heard of it before. And I grabbed a box and played with it, and then came with the parts, and then I came up with a design. And honestly, the whole idea of Little Doodz just came out from making so many mistakes and me trying to cover so many mistakes. And then I'm just like, oh, that looks cute. Let's go with that. And so the Little Doodz were born. And I named the Little Doodz after me. My nickname growing up and throughout my entire life, my parents have always called me Doo, D-O-O, or Lil Do. And so I just kind of named them Little Doodz. Like automatically, I just called them Little Doodz, and then I realized that there's a connection. I'm like, ah, that's perfect. So I had my shop name, I had their name. I eventually had like 20 of them by summertime. It took me months to assemble them because I could only do like 5 to 20 minutes a day. And honestly, it's true what they say. Just do a little bit every day. Don't wait for the day that you can just like get a bunch done, because maybe that day will never come. So whenever you can find time, just do a little bit here and a little bit there. And that's what I did. And eventually I had them. And eventually I had like a logo, and then I had a business card, and then I had a stamp, and then I had all my shipping supplies, and then all of that stuff. Everything adds up. So anything you can do in a day, whether it's ordering supplies or just doing a little doodle or whatever you need to do, like just do something every day, and eventually you'll have a finished product, whatever you're trying to accomplish. I surprised myself because I've never been able to really, I don't know, I feel I haven't really accomplished much as a means of projects or goals. I stuck with it from April to when I opened my shop in November. Every day, 5 minutes to 20 minutes a day, because that's all I could do. I worked on it, and then eventually I had a website, and then I opened my shop. I don't know, it all came together, and one day there was just nothing left to do but to open it and just share it with the world. And it was really scary, and I chickened out the first time and then reopened it a couple weeks later, and then I immediately got sales, and it was exciting. I've had 26 sales since I've opened. It doesn't sound like a lot, but for me, it's huge because these Little Doodz take like a week to make. I can't put out very many at a time just due to my injury alone. Like it just takes me a long time to make them. So 26 dudes, like I'm stoked. Like that's exciting. And I've had so many people just like message me and just tell me these sweet things and just saying that they love my art and they thank me for making it. Like it's just, I might cry now. It's just really nice. I've always wanted that. Not the praise or whatever, it's just I've always wanted to share my art. I've just always just held myself back like nobody else has. I've had the most amazing supportive people in my life. Like I'm so lucky. I'm the only one who's ever I'm the only one who's ever held myself back. So if you're relating to this a little bit, just go for it. Whatever you want to do, just go for it. It's worth it. I'm stoked. Obviously, this isn't my full time, although I work on it pretty much every day I can. I'd like it to be full-time one day. That's the goal. And that way these can be actual studio vlogs. Maybe one day I'll have a studio. I want to just keep producing more art, not just Lil Doodz. Like, I have so many ideas. I'm just trying to find the materials for everything. Especially with what's going on in the world right now, supplies and materials are just very limited. It's spooky. It's just, shelves are empty. It's a weird time to finally be creative, because you gotta be extra creative now. You gotta really think outside the box for things, but beside the point. You have a dream, go follow it. I'm super stoked that I finally did. So I really appreciate you watching up to this point. Guess what? There's another like 10 minutes left of this vlog, and that's all clips leading up to my shop update that was at the end of February. So we're almost caught up, because that was only a couple days ago. It feels like a month ago, but it was a couple days ago. And yeah, so I hope I said everything, because my mind, I feel like I'm going cockeyed trying to think while I'm talking. Did I already say this? Because I've already filmed this like 4 times. So thank you. I'm trying to think. Lil Doodz. So I'm gonna stop talking, because I can go on forever, and I'm gonna let you just go to the next part. I'm gonna do like a really cool and I'm just gonna let you go to the next part.